Okay, alright. Yay. I do have a cat in my lap. Loki is in my lap. This is Loki. Why? Because he just wanted to be. He just wanted to be, and yeah. He's so cute. Yes. Okay. I don't know. This story is Time of Song and Flora. Nothing really to learn about because, well, it's a very clean story. Anyway, but it's a fantasy story with magic, and you'll see. We're beginning with, of course, our lovely protagonist in this first chapter. This is not a complete story, only one at all. It only has 2 chapters, so this shouldn't be long at all. Nature's writer's block is just annoying. Okay. So this is chapter 1 of Time of Song and Flora. Lovely. Alright. Mary, Leon, get up, their mother called out. You guys are going to be late for your graduation ceremony. In her room, Mary gazed at herself in the mirror, in a graduation gown. It was a black, long-sleeve flowy gown. She twirled and posed in the mirror with a wide grin on her face. Look at this one. Ignore my teeth. I can't get up because of him. Leon, I know you're not awake yet. Get up already. Their mother shouted, louder than before. Again, not gonna do that. I'd rather not. He sighed in exasperation, walking over to the wall she shared with her brother and began banging her fist on it, shouting with, Leon, wake up! She pressed her ear to the wall just in time to hear a groan. Leave me alone, Mary. I'm gonna get up soon, Leon responded. Mary shook her head and rolled her eyes. By the time you get up, you would have missed the ceremony. Get up already. I think I'm gonna scare him off. If I keep doing this, I don't know. I don't know. This is high. He only lift his head up, scratch his chin. Oh. Fine, I'm getting up. Leon whined. Mary began to hear him sluggishly get out of bed. She giggled and moved away from the wall. She got on her knee-high black socks and loafers and then left her room. Because, you know, oh, okay. Nope, he was just adjusting himself. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how else I could. Yeah. This is just what you're gonna see. Okay. At the same time, Leon's door opened and he slugged out. He had his graduation gown on backwards with the wrong socks on and the loafers on the wrong feet. Oh, okay. Hold on. Damn it. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There was a flea on your. It's just in your mouth, buddy. Yeah, bit of a flea problem right now, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Promise you. It's like a little one. Well, okay. Sorry. He's not gonna face the camera anymore. He's camera shy. Leon, everything is wrong. Okay, no? Oh, yeah, he's not liking that I'm speaking out loud. Mary pointed out, placing a hand on her hip. He groaned and looked at her. I have them on, so that matters more than it being wrong. Yeah. Leon took a step out of his room, and as Mary expected, he tripped over his shoes. I'm sorry. Ow. won't squeak down as it laid on the ground. Okay, never mind. It doesn't. Their father walked up the stairs and noticed Leon on the ground, and Mary standing there nearby trying not to laugh. It's just fun. I think if I actually thought this was funny, I think I'd be laughing way harder than this. Yes, you did. Here's the thing. What happened here? He asked, looking between Leon and Mary. Leon tried to walk with his shoes on the wrong feet. Mary replied, twirling a strand of her long brown hair around her fingers. Probably not the dark one I have. She's more. Yes, this is like looking very dead. With this part, I don't know how this has survived. This like bright part here for like the longest time. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The father sighed and walked over to Leon. Come on, champ. Your mother leaned down, put hand around Leon's torso and just. We've got 2 hours before the ceremony begins, picking Leon up and setting him on his feet. Leon sighed and went back into his room, closing the door behind him. Mary chuckled and walked over to her father. Okay, I'm gonna head out very early. I like to be there on time, she said, giving him a hug. He patted her on the head. Alright, we'll meet you there. And giggled and released him from the hug, stepping around and heading downstairs. Around her father and just downstairs was her mother and 2 younger sisters having a messy breakfast because they're like 5 years old. They're 5. So yeah. Hey Mom. Good morning, Kimmy. Key. K-I-N-M-I. Them being Key and me. Mary greeted as she grabbed a few pancakes. Good morning, Mary. Mary, excited for the graduation to big time wizardry? Key asked. Nectar dripping down her chin. Mary giggled, picking up a rag and beginning to clean Key's face. Yes, I'm very excited. Dear, if you make plans with your friends after graduation, you tell me immediately, her mother said, pointing a finger at her. I don't care that you're 15 and behave to be on your own. You're my child and I care about you. I got it, Mom. I'll go over there to meet my friends to discuss plans. I'm going over there to meet up with my friends to discuss plans after graduation, Mary informed her mother. Her mother said, alright, go, but tell me immediately. I don't have to do that. Mary nodded, taking a bite of a pancake in her hand. You got it, Mom. See you at the ceremony. She walked over to the door and opened it. Heavy footsteps hurried down the stairs. She turned to see Leon at the table, grabbing a few pancakes. Quickly bolted out that door. As Leon chased after her. You said we would be leaving together. Leon shouted after her. Very loud. And we are. I didn't lie to you. Why is my hair on my face? And I just... He's cute. Some townsfolk stared at them as they ran on by. Just like, okay, every day. I don't know. As soon as they reached the gates of the Novice Courses Academy, where their friends were waiting for them. Okay, sorry. I don't know why I just spaced out. That was not necessary. Mary crashed into Ivorus. IVRS. I don't know. I was trying to think of a name and I just created this one. At full speed. He stumbled, but he... Why did I have to say that? He had a steady balance. No, what I actually said, he stumbled, but he had strong calves to hold himself steady. What? I don't know. Okay. Oh, we're steady now. What are you two silly geese doing? Everest questioned as he studied Barry. She giggled and brushing her hair on her face. Just having some fun. Soren smacked her on the arm. Girl, we were worried you two would be late. She took a piece of Mary's pancake and just like she popped it into her mouth. Leon man didn't lean against Everest biting into his pancake. We're late. We got here just in time. Madeline walked around Soren, snatching a bit of Mary's pancake and put it in her mouth. Remind me. That's because the starting ceremony was pushed back by 2 hours. Parents complained to the headmaster that their kids wouldn't make it by 8 a.m. since they live on the other side of town. So they had to push it back 2 hours. Oh, that just works in our favor. Miriam lying calmly, taking a bite of her pancake. My hair has been frizzy. I don't know if it's because summer heat or is it just because of me. I don't know. I thought this was funny. Everest snatched Leon's half-eaten pancake out of his hand and took a bite. Hey, that was mine. There are currently 2 cats in my room right now. Loki on my lap, and then there's Basil off camera. His face, he's a loaf. He's loafing right now and asleep. And his nose is like almost touching the ground. It's so cute. It's literally like the cutest thing. Oh. Okay, I just touched something. Okay. Like, I don't know if you can see that I can't turn the camera. I'm doing this on my phone. Can you see that? He's so cute. Of course, there's Loki. There he is. I think he's sleeping. Oh, he's sleeping too? Oh, he's sleepy. They're both sleepy. It's the afternoon, so they're taking an afternoon nap. Sorry. I don't know why. I don't know if you actually think, like, literally, it's so adorable. They're cute. So Leon just whined about Everest taking his pancake. Leon whined as Everest ate his pancake. No, it's mine. Everest replied through a mouthful of pancake. The 3-year-olds giggled at the scene. Do we have plans after graduation? Fucking window, I don't want it. Okay. Soren thought for a second and then gasped, snapping the pancake out of Mary's hand. Oh my god, girl, we passed by this new bakery and it smelled divine. We should check it out after the ceremony. Madeline giggled, taking a piece of pancake and soup that's now in Soren's hand. Yeah, it smelled amazing. Mary sighed, taking a bite of another pancake she had taken from home. So she took like 3 pancakes. Mary and Leon took multiple pancakes. Okay, so that's why they're... I think that was mentioned... never mind. I thought it just... No. Okay, we can do that after graduation. She looked over at Leon and Everest. What about you two? Planning to do anything? Why did I do this, but I did it because Sori is a very blunt person. And she's just, oh my god. Probably gonna make out with each other. So I added crossing arms with her eyebrows raised at the boys. Oh my god. Madeline muttered. Sorry, and that was unnecessary to say, Mary added. I don't know. Icarus is a flirty person. You have a friend, and I know some people have friends that tend to be just flirty to other friends. Icarus chuckled, still munching on the pancake. I would do it right now. Why? Leon's face flushed immediately. Icarus began laughing, placing his arm around Leon's shoulders. I'm just kidding. Yep. Okay, here we go. Not very nicely to say, Mr. Hagen, a voice said from behind him. Mary, Soren, and Madeline looked behind them to see the headmaster, Madame Fuchsia. Madame Fuchsia. I'm trying to pronounce everything because I tend to mutter. So here we are. Her gray hair tied back in a neat bun, and her brown eyes scrutinizing Icarus. Icarus looked behind him, seeing her there. Never said it was Madame Fuchsia. Okay, here we go. Graduates from the knighthood course and the wizardry course. I congratulate you all your graduation to advanced courses. Madame Fuchsia said, looking over all of them. Thank you so much, Madame Fuchsia. Mary replied, smiling brightly. Zoran placed her hand on her chest. Yes, thanks. Thank you, Madame Fuchsia. We're excited to go into advanced wizardry. Madeline added, crossing her hands together, much like this. Never mind. Okay. And advanced knighthood. Leon added, biting another pancake in his hand. Again, they took multiple from home. Madame Fuchsia, if you're all waiting for the opening ceremony to begin, then you guys are early. Begins in an hour and a half. Yes, we know. We thought it would start at 8 a.m., but of course it got pushed back, Madeline replied, having another piece of pancake she's taken from Soren, who had taken it. Okay, never mind. You would remember that. I know you would. Got a cat. You got two cats in here. Never mind. Madame Fuchsia chuckled. Well, if you guys have no plans for the ceremony, then how about you all join me for some tea and pastries? They looked at each other, shrugging and nodding. Then after a moment, they looked at Madame Fuchsia and agreed with enthusiasm, like, yes! Again, don't mind it. He's been here. I would have gone. Never mind. Well then, follow me, Madame Fuchsia said with a kind smile. She led them onto the academy grounds and over to a table under a parasol. I would have said an umbrella, but that would have made no sense. A parasol is supposed to be blocking out the sun. Hair likes to bother me right now, okay? The table was set with tea and pastries. They all sat down at the table, and Madame Fuchsia poured the group some tea into the teacups in front of them. Of course there would be. I would lean to get my water bottle because I'm mouth is getting dry, but there's a cat, and I don't want to push him off. Well, this is gonna be great. Madame Fuchsia, what are the advanced courses going to be like? Madeline asked. The headmaster sipped her tea before replying. If I had tea brewed right now, I would absolutely be sipping it. For the scene, I don't know, but I don't. I can't get up because of the cat. I can't get up. He's sleepy. This is taking long because I'm talking Loki's in my room and I don't need to be. Okay. From what I know, that events which will be held at the Seedley Court, and the events knighthood course will be held on the training grounds of the King's Guard. A first chuckle. That's amazing. I can't wait for that. He's like leaning back in the chair. Just never mind. Yeah, Sam. Leon added, leaning forward, looking over at Mary. My father said he had trained on those grounds when he was trained to be a knight. Where father trained is amazing. Mary nodded. Yeah, and the Sealing Court is the most esteemed magic court in all of Tivy. I'm bad at naming places. Tivy. I forgot how I pronounce them. It's been a while since I've actually added onto this. I'm sorry. Exactly. Going to the dungeon round is a wonderful honor among wizards. Soren said, stuffing her face with a curse. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I don't know where all of this is going on. Me giggling, clapped her hands and said, truly an honor. I wonder who our instructor will be. Ignore me. I hear the instructors often change every year, Manfusha replied. I just on my toes. I don't know why. Huh? Why? Mary questioned. Manfusha shrugged, setting her teacup down. I do not know. It's just a rumor I heard on the street. So, basically, there are ever-rotating instructors in the course for a strange reason, which means we don't know who's going to teach us, right? Soren had shrugged. Yeah, Soren was talking. Okay. Manfusha nodded. Yes, you. I don't know why I had to stop talking when my brother opened his room. Sure. Okay. Yes, you will not know until you get there. But also on different grounds, we'll be separated from our peers, Madeline pointed out. Soren sighed in relief. Which is great. People here decided to make me their enemy, and I need to get away from them. Girl, they hate you because of your blunt nature, Madeline said, pointing at Soren. Yeah, you always say what's on your mind, Mary added. Soren raised her hands. That's not my fault if they get offended. I've been this way my entire life, so honestly, I said what I said. Oh my god, why did I make Soren like this? But you know what? Soren is Soren. I very sighed. Your logic is weird, Soren. He sipped his tea. Truly weird logic. Leon muttered. And that's whatever. You don't need to understand my logic. People are so sensitive when it comes to honesty. Also, Maria asked me for my husband in honor of her disgusting outfit day. Soren had shaking her head. He sighed. You made her cry. I don't know why, again, I had to do that. He's basically hearing everything. If he's awake. What am I doing? What am I doing? Never mind. You made her cry for an hour. And there was a nicer way of telling her? While being honest? Ben added. Thorne shrugged. When you ask for an honest opinion from me, then you get that. You don't get blameless, just honesty. If she wanted me to be kind, she should have said so. You all should give up. Someone's going to stick by her logic no matter what. Iris interjected Raylan's teacup. Thank you, Iris, Soren said. The group just sighed and shook their heads. You've always been a bit of a troublemaker, Miss Rue. Madame Fuchsia replied, taking him out of a chocolate pastry. Huh? How was I a troublemaker? How was I a trouble? I did not add an A. Oh my god. How did I not? Wow. I should have read over this before doing this. Excuse me, I'm done. Soren asked. Madame Fuchsia, the pastry side, and looked at her inquisitively. Do you not remember almost starting 3 fights in your first year? Oh, I remember that. She mocked 3 guys in a row, and they didn't like that, Madeline replied. Soren, that's not my fault. I was telling them the truth. It wasn't really her fault. The guys she mocked was the most immature guys in the United course, Leon pointed out. Everything wrong. Yeah, they were the worst. They're wrong, but still a bit immature. Yes, those boys. But I wasn't talking about them. They need to be told what Miss Rue told them. Madame Fuchsia said, I'm talking about the fights with Maria. You're gonna learn who Maria is very soon. Oh, that girl hated everything that came out of my mouth. The first one was because it's for my honest opinion on her outfit. Second one, I had barely said anything to her. Matter, I wasn't even speaking to her. Soren ranted. Fuchsia nodded. Yes, I remember that one. I had to give you both attention because you wouldn't stop screaming in my face. The third time was because we were discussing how to be her friend. Madeline began. And I said we shouldn't be friends with her. She had overheard us and got offended. Soren continued. Yeah, that was ridiculous, Mary added. Get out of my face. Madame Fuchsia, Madame Fuchsia. Someone shouted, breathless. They all looked to see a young man running over to them. August, what is the urgency of your shouts? Madame Fuchsia questioned as she stood up. Wiping off her gown in the way. Never mind. August panted. The ceremony was supposed to start 5 minutes ago, and you're here having tea with a few graduates? She sighed and shook her head. 5 minutes late hardly counts as an emergency. We can delay by 1 more minute. Get these graduates to the seats now, and I'll be there in a minute. The group got up from their seats, and Soren quickly shoved a pastry into her mouth. Mary looked at her with a slightly annoyed look. What are you doing? Orange shrugged. I didn't eat breakfast. Madeline sighed, shaking her head. Icarus and Leon chuckled at the sight. It's all right, dears. Take the pastries to the other graduates as a final treat from me, Madame Fuchsia said with a nod. They chuckled and took the plates of pastry, heading to the ceremony. The group made it to there, seeing the chairs set out with the other graduates in the chairs. Parents were on either side of the rows. Chairs, some kids were running around the area while waiting for the ceremony to start. So yes, that tea scene took the whole hour and a half. It did not seem like it, but by great implications, that it did take an hour and a half. Okay, never mind. Mary walked up to the graduates in the front, holding up the plates. Pastries, they spread out. Okay. Scholar graduates, a treat from Madame Fuchsia. The scholar graduates, gasped softly as they took the pastries from the plate. Mary looked at one of them, a girl with perfectly straight black hair and green eyes, taking a chocolate pastry from one of the plates. Mary said, getting her attention. Congratulations on graduating. The girl, Maria, smiled. And to you as well, Mary. The plates were soon passed around to each graduate as they all talked with each other. I don't know how I'm gonna. Okay. Graduates of the Scholar, Scribe, Wizardry, and Knighthood courses. Madame Fuchsia began as she walked down the middle aisle. I congratulate you all on graduating from your novice courses. A applause suddenly arose as she continued to walk towards the stage. Excitement buzzed throughout the graduates as Madame Fuchsia walked onto the stage. Trying to make this seem like kind of like a high school graduation, though I really don't remember mine. It was chaotic, so. I hope you all like the treats I provided for you. See, there's one last treat from me, she continued at the podium. And I know I will not be your headmaster anymore, but it doesn't mean I won't see you anymore. I will see you all out in the public eye. She looked over all the graduates. Some of you tend to be chaotic, but not unkind. Others' kindness radiates off of them. Many of you are loud, while others are quiet. Her gaze looking over the knighthood graduates for the loud part of that, then shifted over to the scribes on the quiet part, because the knight graduates were the loudest ones ever, and scribes were kind of the shy people. Even I love it, and Basil too. So Loki is here, and Basil's on camera. I don't know if I actually got him, so sorry. Okay. Dear scribes, you all are quiet or a few lazy. Because, never mind. But all of you are observant. Just speak up once in a while, she added. A small applause arose around the scribe graduates, a few of them hiding their faces like, scared them. Madam, you should look back at the knighthood graduates. Dear knights, I wish you all the best of luck in your advanced training. I know you all will be the best knights that will be around. Another round of applause rose, louder than the ones for the scribes. Some of the knighthood graduates soaked in the applause. Icarus put his arm around Leon and just pulled him close. They chuckled quietly with each other. God damn it. Okay. Madame Fuchsia signaled for the crowd to quiet down and then look at the scholar graduates. Scholars, you believe you all are smarter than everyone else just because you are a scholar. I hope your advanced classes show you that you're not. That is all I have to say to you. Laughter really arose from Miri and Madeline, with some of the other graduates chuckled while Soren and some of the others around laughed, like, out loud. Leon and Everest laughed as well. The Snotlings looked around confused and whispering to each other, like, what just happened? No, that is... Huh? I'm surprised this is not disturbing you as much as I thought it would. Shift it around. Okay. Sorry. Madam, you should turn your gaze to me. What are you doing? It's just... I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. It's just like right there with his head. Okay. Your head is still going off the edge. Oh, I love you so much. Okay. I'm sorry. My dear wizards. Okay, sorry. Madam Fusion turned her gaze to the ninja graduates. She smiled and clasped her hands together. My dear wizards, you all are the brightest and kindest students that ever were in this academy. While there is one who is brutally honest and causes many differences among students, yet still bright as ever. That little line about the one being brutally honest is talking about Soren. Yeah. I wish you all the greatest of luck in your advanced courses. Don't know why I'm trying to make her British. It's like British adjacent in a way with her accent. I don't know. Applause, of course, rose steadily from the crowd. And Fuchsia chuckled with her hand to calm down the crowd. They all quieted down, waiting for Madame Fuchsia to speak. Now we may start the graduation. Graduation ceremony, she announced, raising her hands, like you can applaud. Oh, when she did that, everyone applauded. Excitement buzzed through everyone, of course. Mary chuckled with Madeline and Soren. The three girls nudged each other, like friends do. Some friends, I don't know. We're talking about teenagers here. Alright, go ahead then there. Madam Fuchsia gently commanded. The blows slowly died down until it was complete silent. Fuchsia sighed. Thank you. Graduates, once you hear your name, come up and receive your certificate. One of the staff behind her walked up and handed her a few pieces of paper. She took the papers, looked over them, rearranging the order, then she tapped them together, podium, set them down. Starting with the scribes, Ian Briggs. Madam Fuchsia announced. The boy, Ian Briggs, stretched his arms over his head like he was just taking a nap before getting up and heading towards the stage with applause rising around him. I don't want this taking so long. Ian walked up the stage, taking the rolled up paper in Madame Fuchsia's hand. Hold on, let me adjust a few. Oh. His hand as well shaking her other hand. And Fuchsia had taken her. Madame Fuchsia stopped shaking his hand and patted his head. After that, Ian just walked away from her to shake the other teacher's hands before leaving the stage. That's what happens with I'm sorry. The crowd quieted down once Ian returned to his seat. This continued through the scribes. So, shaking hand, taking a seat, she does the pat on the head. You'll see. The crying quiet. No, I already did that part. Whoops. This is gonna take a while before we're up. Soren whispered to Mary. I know, but Madame Fuchsia goes scribe, scholar, knighthood, and then wizardry. That's how it is. Mary whispered back. Madeline leaned in. I know. No, I would say she's saying the best for last, since we are her favorite true. We are her favorite students. Yeah, true. And muttering something as the next scribe graduate was called on. Mary sighed. You're only saying that because she taught us. She's not just the headmaster. Madame Fuchsia is not just the headmaster. She does teach within the school. Well, for wizardry. Well, there are other teachers for scholar, for scribe, and knighthood. Madame Fuchsia teaches witchery. Someone leaned in from behind Mary. Did you not hear the way she spoke about us? Mary rolled her eyes. Yes, I did, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't say we are her favorite students. Not Mary. Soren pushed the person away from Mary. Shut up, Michael. You're not a part of this conversation. Michael rolled his eyes as he leaned back to see him. Whatever. After, how long it takes for I know it depends on the number of students, but I don't have an number. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. After a while, the scribe graduates were finished, and Madame Fuchsia moved on to the scholars. And here we go. Maria Alexei. That sounded like Siri. Madame Fuchsia announced, why is there no fuchsia here? Don't know how to spell fuchsia apparently. Never mind. Announced. Upon acting through the courtyard as Maria gracefully stood up and walked up onto stage. She accepted the certificate from Madame Fuchsia with a polite smile. Madame Fuchsia gave her a small pat on the head before releasing her hand. Congratulations, Miss Alexei, Madame Fuchsia said warmly. Mary inclined her head kindly before stepping away, smoothing down her perfectly straight hair as she crossed the stage. Unlike the other graduates, she bypassed the other instructors without stopping to shake their hands. As she snapped off the stage, she locked eyes with Soren. And Soren immediately scowled at her. Maria rolled her eyes and flicked her. I'm sitting down, but I think you. I don't know. That was funny to me for no reason. Flicked her hair over her shoulder, and she was trying to flick it back. I'm sorry. Soren confidently leaned over to Mary. I hate that girl, she whispered. Oh, we know you do, Mary whispered. Stop it. My eye has been itchy recently. Never mind. Sorry. Whispered adrenaline climbing when the next charger was called forward. Soren grumbled and leaned back in her chair. Several minutes. No, stop itching the freaking eye. It's gonna be like that for the next, I don't know how long. 2 minutes passed and the scholars were done. Now it's the knight's turn. Okay. Abigail Collins. Madame Fuchsia announced. Applause followed as Abigail stood up and walked onto the stage. She accepted the rolled-up certificate, shaking Madame Fuchsia's hand. When Madame Fuchsia went to pat Abigail's hand, she straightened up. Again, I'm sitting down, but it's like she was holding holding the certificate in front and her empty hand behind her back. It's kind of a salute where she's like kind of holding a sword in front and having one of her hands behind her back. Can't do this because I am sitting down. I'm gonna help you get the image where she's like holding. Never mind. It's hard to portray that right now. I missed it. I'm gonna go ahead straighten up with the hands holding the certificate in front and her empty hand behind her back. Madame Fuchsia chuckled, patting her head. Abigail walked across the stage, because shaking the other instructor's hands before leaving stage. Another round of applause rose as she returned to her seat. The next few graduates were called and did the same thing. Abigail did when Madame Fuchsia patted their heads with a little more confidence. Everest taken, Madame Fuchsia announced. Everest stood up as applause rose. He walked on the stage, accepting the certificate, shaking Madame Fuchsia's hand, extending the other knighthood graduates as Madame Fuchsia patted his head with a smirk on his face. Yeah, okay. It's not all through here, promise you. The smirk thing. Because we're not really following him, I promise you. Madame Fuchsia shook her head with a joke. You guys are going to. What is happening with my eye? Okay. Sorry. You guys are going to be like this, aren't you? You were shocked. It seems to be that way. Alright, go on now. Alright, go on now. Now, Madame Fuchsia said, lightly pushing Everest along. He chuckled as he walked across stage, shaking the other instructor's hands. He soon returned to his seat as another night graduate was called up. The one graduate soon returned to their seat a minute later. Let me try that again. Leon Tivis. Madame Fuchsia announced. A loud applause echoed through the courtyard as Leon stood up and up onto the stage. He received his certificate, a pat on the head, shook the other instructor's hands before leaving the stage. Minutes later, the night graduates were finished. Now lastly, calling up the wizardry graduates, Madame Fuchsia announced. A much louder applause echoed through the courtyard. Imagine that. So excited and relief. Oh my, finally. Miriam chuckled and touched her shoulder. I know, excited. And I think it's so sweet. Never mind. Exciting, isn't it? Yeah, it's exciting. Maybe that's backwards, Mark. And Fuchsia. Madeline de Valen. Another wave of applause as Madeline got up and headed onto the stage. She walked up onto the stage, meeting Madame Fuchsia's eyes. Why did I hit X, not S? Okay. Congratulations, dear. Never forget how sweet you are, Madame Fuchsia said, handing her the rolled up certificate. My feet are very cold. Okay. He did the stretch. Okay. Did that again. Madeline nodded, taking the certificate, shaking her hand. I will never forget. My friends wouldn't let me forget that. I didn't put the never in there. Madame Fuchsia chuckled and patted her on the head. Good. Off you go, dear. Madeline crossed the stage, shaking the other instructor's hand before leaving the stage. The next graduate was called up as she returned to her seat. A few minutes later, the next one. After a few minutes. The next graduate was called up after a few minutes. Soren Rue. Madam Fuchsia announced with a small sigh. A wave of applause rose as Soren got up and headed to up to the stage. On her way to the steps, Soren flicked Maria in the side of the head. Maria looked at Soren with a shocked and offended look. You said, Soren. Mount. Classic Soren. Soren chuckled sneakily as she stepped onto the stage while Madam Fuchsia shook her head. She held out the certificate to Soren. I don't know what to say to you, Miss Rue. Take it and go, Madam Fuchsia said, patting Soren on the head. Yep. Soren took the certificate and ran off across the stage, ignoring the other instructors, and headed back to her seat. Did I just say sleep? I just said sleep. I mean her seat. The next one was called up as soon as Soren returned to her seat. 2 minutes later, Madam Fuchsia cleared her throat again. Mary Tarvis, she announced with a round of applause followed behind it. Mary got up, walked towards the stage, walking up the steps. She met Madam Fuchsia's gaze with a big smile. Miss Tarvis, I hope you never lose that light of yours. You're the brightest around, and even when you hand out your light, it never fades. Don't ever lose the light that guides you, Madam Fuchsia said, handing the rolled up certificate. Mary clasped Madam Fuchsia's hand with both hands. I won't. Not with my friends heal my light. Madam Fuchsia smiled, nodding. Good. She reached up and patted Mary on the head. Mary took the certificate, walked across the stage, shaking the other hands of the instructors before leaving the stage. As she walked past the knighthood graduates, Mary gave Leon a quick hug, and then headed back to her seat. Ugh. Moments later, the last of the Wizarding graduates received their certificate. Madam Fuchsia sighed deeply. That concludes the graduation ceremony. As the warm applause rose from the crowd of parents and other relatives. I won't keep you long. You've been sitting far too long, Madam Fuchsia began. I give the graduates a final congratulations and massive good luck in your advanced courses. And a bit of information for your advanced courses. Wizardry and Knighthood classes, advanced classes, start in 2 weeks from now. Scribe and Scholar advanced courses start in 3 weeks from now. An information packet will be given to you when you leave here. It includes a map to your class location, the date and time when your classes start, as well as materials needed for your classes. Understand? Yes, Madam Fuchsia. The graduates chatted in unison. Madam Fuchsia nodded. Good, I dismiss you all. Did I miss the I won't keep you for long? You've been sitting. Okay, I'm gonna have to start that over. I won't keep you long. You've been sitting far too long. Madam Fuchsia began. I give the graduates a final congratulations and massive good luck in your advanced courses, and a bit of information for your advanced courses. Wizardry and Knighthood advanced courses start in 2 weeks from now. Scribe and Scholar advanced classes start in 3 weeks from now. An information packet will be given to you when you leave here. It includes a map to your class location, classes locations, specific date and time when your classes start, as well as materials needed for your classes. Understand? Of course, yes, Madam Fuchsia. The graduates shouted in unison. Madam Fuchsia nodded. Good, I dismiss you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. So by the time this ended, it's around noon. Technically. Never mind. Applause echoed through the courtyard as the graduates stood up and joined their families. Key and me ran up to Mary, hugging her legs. Big sis, you did it! You ruined me in big wizardry class. Key cheered, bouncing up and down. Yeah, it's great. Mary chuckled, bending down a bit. I know, amazing, right? Leon snuck up behind Mary and tickled her sides. Just tickle. Mary yelled, laughing, turned around to him. Leon! He laughed, running over to their parents. Mary chased after hearing Madeline, Soren, Key, and me laughing behind them. The twins ran around their parents' house, having fun. Their parents sighed and looked at each other, shaking their heads. Alright, kiddos, that's enough. Your father said, picking up Leon and Mary. Mary and Leon giggled, hugging my father. He squeezed the twins tightly, causing more laughter. Oh, my chaotic children. Their mother muttered, shaking her head and smiling fondly. Mary, we should go to the new bakery. I want to know what kind of sweets they have. Not Mary. Soren said, bouncing on her toes. Madeline chuckled. I would really love to check it out right now. Mary patted her father's shoulder. He put her and Leon down on the ground. We should have a picnic in the Silver Gardens, Mary suggested, clapping her hands together. Didn't mean for that to happen. Okay. There we go. Give me a second. Oh, with the sweets and lunch, that sounds amazing. Soren cheered. That's amazing. Soren cheered. Key and me ran over to them with Everest behind them. Yay, picnic, picnic! Key and me chanted, bouncing around her mother. She sighed. Okay, I can go by the sandwich shop to get us some sandwiches for lunch. I'm in for a picnic. Everest said, leaning on Madeline's shoulder. Leon nodded. Yeah, I'm in too. Jessica, is that you? A woman's voice called out. They like to see Okay, thanks for that, Loki. They look to see a blonde-haired woman with a brown-haired man trailing behind her. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Madeline said, waving to her parents. Hi, dearie. Congratulations on graduating, Madeline's mother said, giving her a hug. Her mother walked over and patted Madeline on the head. Good job, kiddo. Yes, I help eat. Madeline's mother turned to Jessica. Mary, Key and me, Leon. Mary and Leon's mother. What are we planning here? Oh, Maya, hello. Just planning a picnic. Do you wish to join us? Jessica asked. Maya chuckled. Of course. She turned to her husband. Max on time. Can you go home, get the bigger picnic blanket, and then go to the Silver Gardens to save us a good shady spot? There's Max will not. Of course, I'll see you guys there. He kissed the top of Madeline's head before heading off. Again, this is Madeline's father. Maxwell is Madeline's father. I'm different. That, so Jessica, Mary and Leon's, as well as Key and me's mother. And then Maya's is Madeline's mother. Soren's parents are not mentioned because they did not join. I originally had something planned for Soren to say then. Her parents had gone off to work right after the ceremony, but I ultimately did not put that in. So here. Maya looked at Mary and Leon's father. Roger, what do you plan to do? Roger hummed, I think I'll take Leon and Everest over to the training grounds. Show them where it is and what it looks like. Then we'll meet you guys over in the gardens. Key and me hopped over to Roger. These guys are 5. Again, 5. Mommy, can we come with you guys too? We want to see where you train too. Roger chuckled and scooped up his younger daughters into his arms. Of course you can. Of course you can. Okay, just make sure you don't lose them on the way there. Jessica told him, patting his arm. Come on, I know how to keep an eye on these 2 rascals. Roger said, hugging Key and me tightly, which made them giggle. Jessica sighed and kissed her husband on the cheek. Alright, we'll meet up for the picnic. Roger, Key, me, Leon, and Everest headed off for the Kingsguard training grounds. Mary, Madeline, and Soren headed off to the new bakery in town, while Jessica and Maya walked arm in arm to the sandwich shop. Okay. And then at the bakery was a fairly large I can't seem to speak. An hour of this. 5:45 p.m. Okay, great. I forgot when I started this. Okay, hi. At the bakery, there was a fairly large line inside, but the trio wasn't in a hurry. I mean, they could wait. Oh, I can't wait to see what kind of sweets they have. Soren said, bouncing lightly. Mary and Madeline giggled at her excitement. I do agree with you. I can't wait. Can't wait. Why is there no random all in there? Wait. Ellen said, patting Soren's shoulder. Mary, this is exciting. This is exciting. My stomach is certainly rumbling. Never mind. Hey ladies. Getting some treats for celebration? Maria asked from behind the trio. Maria and her friends just joined. The trio turned around to see Maria and her 2 friends waving friendly at them. Friendly. I think I just, what? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna, Maria and Sarah May. Congratulations on graduating, Mary said, clapping her hands together. Oh, to you guys as well, May said, clapping her hands together. Sarah clapped her hands softly. Thanks for the congratulations. Yes, thank you to you guys as well. Soren scoffed. I'm surprised you graduated at all, Maria. I was expecting you cheated your way through. Oh, ha 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 ha. Maria mockingly laughed. Oh, please. I was honest with my work. I did it all myself. Soren sarcastically chuckled. Oh, did you? How surprising. I'm honestly surprised you graduated with all the trouble you caused, Maria said with a mocking smile. Soren took a deep breath, staring at Maria. Mary put her hands between the 2 girls. Okay, we're done with that conversation. What did your information plan say about your advanced classes? She had to quickly defuse him because Soren would have punched Maria. Hi, okay. He's oh, we have to study some materials before our classes begin in 3 weeks. Sarah, I think, never mind. Sarah informed them. What about you guys? Have anything to study? Mary shook her head. Nope, we're free for the next 2 weeks before our classes begin. Oh, I'm jealous of that. Sarah croaked out. So jealous. Maria mothered. Truly, May whispered. The trio shrugged, and when they turned back around, the line had moved up significantly. They moved closer to the counter. Still behind, a guy still ordering. Someone scanned the many treats and savory foods, and then the drinks menu. Wow, there are so many choices. Are we getting drinks as well? Yeah, the sandwich shop my mother and Madeline's mom had a don't offer drinks, Mary whispered, looking over the menu. Madeline leaned closer to Mary. How do we choose what everyone would like and be good on a picnic? She whispered. We can just ask the worker. Mary whispered with a small shrug. The guy got his order and walked off with a nice goodbye and left the bakery. The girls walked up to the counter, seeing the worker. She had auburn brown hair, pinned up in a bun, with beautiful green eyes. I really like green eyes. They're beautiful. Now, the worker's I made her kind of southern. I don't know. Or really southern adjacent. Never mind. You'll see. Actually, what can I get you all? The worker asked. Would you recommend for a picnic? Mary asked. The worker hummed, and leaned against the counter. How many people are going to be at this picnic? Mary and Madeline looked at each other, beginning to count out the numbers. That's 11. 4 adults, 5 teens. Us 3 plus Ivers. And Leon, 2 5-year-old girls. So I'm calmly counting out loud. That is 11 people. 4 adults. 5 teens versus. Am I crazy? Is that 11 people? That has to be 11. I feel stupid, but we're gonna go with that. Mary and Madeline looked at her confused. You can count that now? Madeline questioned. Someone turned to them. When you split it into groups, yeah. No, it is not 7. 11 because 2 and 5 is 7. 4 and 7 is 11. Yes, it is 11. I don't know why I just realized that now. Then we're gonna up straight. Alright, I got you, loves. 2 little girls are easy to choose for. Don't like anything sweet. She walked away from the counter over to the right display shelf, opening the back panel, and gathering a few things from the shelf. After a moment, she returned to the counter with 2 bags of white chocolate-covered pretzels with crystal candy sprinkled on them. The girls wouldn't like these because the candy on top fused with some harmless exposure magic. It pops in the air, kind of like the Pop Rocks. Popping candy. You know. You get it. The worker explained. Mary chuckled. Yeah, my sisters absolutely love that. And can you do drinks as well, please? Oh, of course, sugar. I know when the ones like to drink. The worker said, heading over to the drink station. She worked on 2 drinks for a few minutes. She turned around with the 2 small, colorful drinks in her. Unicorn Bambolea fruit drink. The worker set some drinks in a drink carrier. Fruity and low in sugar. Not that we'd actually notice with the popping candy on the pretzels. Yeah, they wouldn't notice. They get distracted easily, Mary muttered. Madeline sort of chuckled beside her. Young adults, whose parents are they? Okay. The workers. Question. It's my parents and her parents. Mary answered, putting a hand on her chest and pointing over to Madeline, who nodded. What do your parents do for work? You're asking in between Madeline and Mary. My mother's a scholar and my dad's a knight. Mary answered. And my parents are both scribes. Madeline answered, well, the work Hamden done. Does your mother like tea or coffee? Oh, she likes tea, I told her. The worker nodded. She's a classy lady. I got you on hand. She walked away, getting a treat from the sleigh shelf and preparing a drink. A couple minutes later, she walked over with a box and drink in hand. Classy ladies love this Earl Grey tea. Earl Grey tea infused with honeysuckles and lavender. The worker explained, tapping the drink hand before placing it in the counter with the 2 small drinks. She held up the box in her other, as well as a simple lemon syrup cake. They absolutely love this cake. She set the flags in front of the carrier. Now, nuts, I know exactly what they like. And the worker said, heading back to the display shelf and then making a drink, Nuts like things more savory and to keep the muscles up. She walked back over with a box and drink in hand. Banana and bacon iced coffee. It gives potassium and protein with a wake-up call in it, paired with a good meat pie. Not to go crazy for these. She said the drink in the carrier and placed the meat pie box next to the lemon cake box. The worker gathered 2 more treats and walked back to the counter. Scribes like cherry pie for some reason. I can't explain it. Also, is your mother classy lady? As well, I assume your mothers know each other. Oh, yes, she is. She likes tea as well. And crazily enough, they do like cherry pie. Madeline answered. It was Madeline, and she's talking about her parents. When the worker goes, well, look at me, I'm getting everything right. She walked away, and then a few minutes later, she returned with drinks in hand. It's supposed to be drinks. Green tea infused with passion fruit and raspberry. Another step for class and ladies. She explains in the tea in another drink carrier. And a chocolate shake for your father. Because male scribes do not get tea or coffee. They get a shake. She put the shake in the carrier as well. Thank you so much. You made this so much easier. Said Rokushan. Well, you're welcome, sugar. And we can move on to you 3 and the 2 teens that aren't here. She looking over the 3 girls. I got a pretty good idea for you 3. Hang tight. The worker walked away, getting treats and drinks for them. She brought back a thick lemon and cherry pie for Soren, a strawberry star fruit and dragon fruit cookies for Madeline, and a watermelon and lemon cake for Mary. Now, technically these 2 have symbolism in them because the fig is not a very unusual thing. I don't think I know anyone who likes figs, and I don't even know myself if I like figs. But so it's very unconventional and quite sharp for someone like Mary, who is very blunt. Strawberry, starfruit, and dragon fruit for Madeline is because she's very sweet. Watermelon, lemon, also sweet and kind of light in a way for Mary, who My manifestation words is a light that never fades. Now, as for drinks, Soren got a matching smoothie for a pie, which means it's fig, lemon, and raspberry. Madeline was handed a simple strawberry smoothie. Strawberries again, and this is actually going to come back in the next chapter, in chapter 2, because you're going to learn a little more about the world and how wizardry works in it. But remember the strawberries, you'll see. And I think these really sound good, and it's something you can honestly actually make. Being figs, lemon, raspberry, strawberry, starfruit, dragon fruit, watermelon, and honey with, the fig, lemon, raspberry smoothie, the strawberry smoothie, and then Mary got a watermelon milk tea with honeysuckles and passion fruit. Really. And also, little thing, nice, I like figs. So Soren does like figs. I don't know why I made her like figs. I guess not everyone likes them. It's because maybe not everyone likes them. Not everyone likes her blunt honesty. Soren said, giggling happily. She said, nice, I like figs. Soren said, giggling happy. I already said that. Never mind. Marina, this is very nice. Thanks for this, ma'am. Madeline said. The worker nodded. You're welcome, sugar. Now for the two things that aren't here. Oh yeah, Leon and Everett. Soren had her tapping her chin. I'm trying to hurry to do this for some reason. Okay. Alright. Now I'm panic. Yes, those two. What do they plan to be? The worker questioned. They're planning to be knights. Over that. The worker hummed. Okay, Mary answered with their planning to be knights. The worker hummed and walked away, doing her thing again. She walked back over with items in hand. Maple and bacon iced coffee with a meaty quiche that they can share. Oh, well, that's good. Everett stands to see him from Leon, anyways. Oh, wait, that was Madeline. No, Madeline muttered. Soren and Mary chuckled more as they ordered a bigger carrier, as Mary counted out her money. I don't have a name for the money, so it's just gonna be that way. To pay the worker. With the payment accepted, the girls took their order and left the bakery. Conveniently, Roger with Leon, Everest, Kate, and me were outside of the bakery. I guess that's supposed to be. We're outside of the bakery. Whoa, that looks heavy. So I'll take that from you girls. Just said, taking the larger carrier from Mary. Thanks, Dad. Mary said. Roger nodded. You're welcome, my dear. They all headed to Silver Gardens, meeting up with Jessica and Maxwell, with sandwiches, sweets, and drinks passed around. The group celebrated the teens' graduations with a lovely picnic in the Silver Gardens. Alright, so that's the first chapter. The second chapter is going to be a little different. Here's the key. Oh. If you can't see, I'm sorry. Here's his face. He didn't want to show his face. He's adorable. Hello. Okay. This is going to be different because it is going to be about the new instructor for the Sealy Court of Event. Not for this. Well, yes, for the Sealy Court, but also for the Advanced Wizardry course. Okay. So this is basically going to be a teacher's POV. starting with how he got recruited. Argon walked through the tavern with his tan tapping against the wooden floor as he walked. So, I'm not going to explain this one. His sharp blue eyes scanned the patrons of the tavern, searching for a specific person. Why is specific so hard to say sometimes? Like, you can't really say it quickly. After a bit, he noticed the person he was searching for at the bar. Black hair, green eyes, staring at the counter, dirty clothes with a full drink in hand. Argon walked over to him, sitting down next to him. You're a hard man to find. Pain shot through his left leg, but Argon held back a pain groan. And you're still in pain, the black-haired man muttered, glancing at him. What is your long hair baby eyes doing in the tavern? Last I checked, you don't do alcohol. You're just biting your nail. Okay, I'm gonna leave him to it. Argon chuckled, adjusting himself in the stool. I'm here for you, Collins. Collins looked over at Argon, seeing his neat councilman robes. And why would the head of councilman of the Sailing Court be looking for me? Well, as you should know, or maybe not, the Novice Courses Academy had just had their seniors graduate. Now the Sailing Court needs a teacher for the advanced J classes, Argon explained. Collins chuckled. And you came here to ask me to be a teacher for teenagers. I'm inviting you to try on being a teacher as a friend of yours, Argon said, adjusting his prosthetic left leg. Collins scoffed, going to take a sip of his drink. Argon reached over, put his hand over the cup, and lowering it away from his mouth. Collins looked at him. I would rather have you sober for your answer, Argon said. Collins sighed and placed his drink down. Fine. Does this gig pay well, at least? And why is this an invitation? Yes, it pays well. Enough you should be able to pay your tab here in a couple of days. As for invitation, someone else had applied for the position, and that person is Doug Flora. Argon explained. Collins chuckled. We're talking about the same Doug Flora. That had never once believed in magic, right? That Doug wanting to be a teacher of wizardry? Argon nodded. Yes, that's the same Doug. What do I mean? Yes, that's him gone. Doug. Ah. Can you understand why I'm here for you? Oh, it's clean like a clean lake. I can do magic, and I've always believed in it, Colin said, and now sipping his drink. Yes, and it could do you some good, Argon commented. Colin set his drink down and stared at Argon. You want me to stop drinking, don't you? Argon nodded. Yes, I do. Just look, he's cleaning himself right now. And I can't help laugh. It's funny for some reason. Argon nodded. Yes, I do. Colin said, You're annoying as ever, man. I know. Do you have a place to stay? Argon asked, leaning a bit closer to Collins. So, yes, his first name is Collins. This is not his last name. He shook his head. No, I've been just staying anywhere I can. Argon looks towards the ground, then back at Collins. Come stay with me, then. You can stay with me as long as you want. Oh, shut up. You haven't changed. You still care about me. I've always cared about you. I've never stopped caring about you. I dragged you here for God's sake. Then you can go off on your own, never let me know where you are, and drown yourself in alcohol. I got a important hand on Colin's shoulder. Colin sipped his drink and chuckled after the sip. Alright, I'll do it. Argon raised an eyebrow. Are you sure you won't regret your decision in the morning? No. Colin said simply with a smirk. Argon narrowed his eyes. Slightly frowned. You knew I was coming, didn't you? Colin slammed. You were not very stealthy when you were following me around. He set his drink behind the counter. Also, that drink is nasty without alcohol. Oh, of course, the dear prince can't handle non-alcoholic drinks. Argon teased. Colin sniffed up, tilted his head as he looked at Argon, and I believe it's the princess's bedtime. The two men laughed as Argon stood up from the stool, and they left the tavern together. How have you been since we split? Collins asked as they walked through the town as the moon rose in replacement of the sun. So this is technically the same day, we can't tell from the first chapter. It is just now night. Sorry, there was something, I heard a noise outside in the hallway. I couldn't tell what it was, but now it's because, oh, it's 6 already. I'm supposed to feed the cats. Okay, I might need to make a part 2, and I'll try to get that. But I'm gonna try to finish this as fast as, not like there's any rush. Basil's still sleeping. He's just cleaning himself right now. Talking about Loki. Been well. Working out to see the court and earning a lot of money. Argon responded, leaning a bit heavily on his cane. Still dealing with phantom pain, though. That must suck. A lot. Collins commented. Yes, it does. Argon muttered. They walked towards Argon's home. The house was 2 stories and painted a teal blue with a few balconies and a few rooms. Collins stared at the house. That's a mansion. No, it's just a two. It's just no, it's just a simply. It's just a. No, it's a simple 2-story home. It's a simply, not simple. Oh, 2-story home. A mansion is much bigger than this. Oh, you noble councilman. Collins muttered under his breath. No, I took no nobility when I bought this house. I bought it because I quite like the color of it. Argon corrected him. He likes the color teal. Argon likes the color teal. Let's just get inside, you big idiot. Argon told him. Collins told him, not Argon. That was Collins. Argon rolled his eyes with a smile and walked to the door. The moment they stepped inside, Collins immediately started to explore the house. He wandered from room to room, opening doors and peeking around corners with the energy of a person that hasn't been in a house for a long time. Argon stood near the entrance for a moment and watched Collins exploring the house. A smile crossed his face. Curiosity suited him more than recognition ever had. Eventually, he made his way to the living room and lowered himself onto the couch. This is Argon. Collins is still exploring the house. He reached down and carefully removed his prosthetic leg, setting it beside the couch. The moment he relaxed, the familiar ache returned. His left nub trembled beneath the pain of a limb that wasn't there anymore. The phantom pain of a limb that wasn't there anymore. Closed his eyes and let out a steady breath. Collins walked into the room, seeing him sitting there with the nub trembling. Is it that bad? Didn't open his eyes and nodded. Yeah, it sucks very much. Collins walked over to him and scooped him off the couch. Bridal style. I'm just telling you. Argon opened his eyes in surprise, staring up at Collins. Collins looked down at Argon with a raised eyebrow. What? I've done other jobs that required a lot of strength, so I've done some working out. Collins explained, carrying Argon upstairs. Collins carried him to the master bedroom, Argon's room. Was it obvious that this was my room? Argon questioned. Collins set Argon on the bed. Yeah, it was. Your blonde hair is all over the bed. Argon sighed. Of course. Of course. Thank you for being here. Don't thank me for being here. I would rather be here than out on the streets. Collins said, plopping down on the bed. Argon laid down next to Collins. That's a good thing to hear. I hope you stay here for a long time. Collins laughed. You idiot. I am staying here forever. Wonderful. I don't mind that at all, Argon muttered. Following Collins closer to him, the two soon fall asleep in each other's arms. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. It's an hour and 32 minutes in. We're at 6:15, and I should be going to feed the cats right now. So I think I'm gonna do that. I will do the second part in rapid succession, hopefully, because I tend to forget that. Anyways, so I'm gonna leave you guys there for a little bit while I go get these cats fed. Bye.